hold it up here?
No. If you put yours over there, that's your angle.
Oh shit!
Yeah, look at that. Double intro.
Right.
See?
Right, and just like
Yeah. I'm a goddamn genius. What's going on, everyone? Hey, we're on a... No, what are we doing?
See, exactly. We can't have both two cameras going on at once.
Of course we can. We're going on a game hunt. Scott's here. Scott from Streets of Rage has been up visiting at the moment, and we're going to go out on a game hunt because he's always jealous of the things I can find up here. Isn't that right?
Yes, he's too bloody lucky, and yeah. So yes,
I think you're going to be disappointed.
You
don't, because you don't see all the times that I go out and find like jack shit of nothing. I only show the ones where I get anything.
Yeah, and you never see the times where I get anything.
Yeah, true, because they don't exist.
They don't exist down there. So
well, we're going to go change that. We're going to go sort that out today.
Gold mine here.
We're taking Scott out. We've got 7 places on our list to go and check out today, and see if we can get lucky and spend all of Scott's money.
Yep.
Sound good?
Hopefully not all
outstanding,
of my money, but a fair bit of it maybe.
A good part of your kids' inheritance. All right, let's go.
They're not getting an inheritance.
We just came back because I said, like, we walked off and I was like, we should get a bag just in case, right? Like, that's tempting fate. Do I want these? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Should I want these? That's a different question. Should I get these?
I think...
what am I asking you for? You're just going to enable me.
I'm just going to... If you really want it, Jim, and that's a good price.
Check that out. Look at the old original. The original... That's rad. Oh, look at it. Damn. Van Dam. Covered for all you fit. Holy crap. How deep are they? Jesus. Oh my god. That's an interesting one. Never seen that. Seen that one? Got it? Yeah, right. Time Splitter. I never played Time Splitters. Missed out on this one. Give that a go at some point would be good. Is there something in particular that you're chasing? Or just looking? A couple that have like tempted you to reach into your back pocket?
Maybe.
Don't pull muscle?
Maybe.
Ooh. Never owned this back in the day. Nice. Alright, so here's where I get conflicted, right? Is that I've just clocked these. Super Street Fighter 4, which I'd love to have, and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. The problem is that I try and only collect for nostalgia, and I never owned these, got no attachment to them. I just think they're awesome. And this is the slippery slope that I try to avoid going down. Ah! What to do? I don't know. I don't know. Look out, Scott's looking at games. We're going to put our back out here. Nothing. You're complaining and scratching down there. Wait till you have to get the wallet out. Do you want me to, hey, listen, what if I dial 00 and then when you go to reach for your wallet, I'll dial 0 again? I'll have it ready. I just don't know what game on the Xbox One would tempt me to part with my money. Like to have on the shelf. Because like most of it's on Game Pass, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any that I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got to have that for my shelf, you know? Hey, make yourself useful and find Ninja Gaiden. It's not here. Can you just make it appear here somewhere, please?
What are you looking for?
Xbox. Original Xbox.
I found Ninja Gaiden Sigma on PlayStation.
Oh, just original Xbox. Ninja Gaiden. No love today. Again. What's that? Guilty Gear Core. I love how these games look. Have you played Guilty Gear?
No.
Yeah, cool. Oh, Scott. $35, bargain.
Oh.
No? No?
I'd rather have on some other stuff.
Come on.
Two Donkey Kong drums.
What, these? You've got two pairs of them. How often do you get your congas out? Is that just a Sunday night thing, or?
I always get my congas out.
Keeping them put away is the problem.
I mean, yeah, of course it's a problem. I think that.
All right, CEX down. Scott's blown his budget already. So we're off to cash converters next. But now he's going to have to sell his pants or his belt or something to afford anything else. Yeah, I told you to pace yourself.
I did.
Rookie error, see? All right, let's go.
All the bright lights got me.
All right, let's get Scott in some real trouble. How much are your children worth, do you think?
I don't know, I think I could get 5 or 5.
At least a couple of games. Look at that. What's in there? That's the collector's edition hardcover art book, soundtrack, lapel pin, poster, and collector's box. I wonder how much of that is actually in here. Yeah, you don't see that often at all. Cool. Cool cover too. I'm pretty sure this is a documentary about us. Being heroes. Do you like Assassin's Creed, Scott? You can have several of them here. Come on, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden. No, no. This is like seeing a Sasquatch or a unicorn. Oh, Scott's bag's a bit heavier. His back's a bit sorer. Pretty sure he's going to be naked by the end of this. Just have to pawn everything he owns. We're off to a little second-hand store now. Not big on games, I'll be honest, but might have some DVDs, might have something to pry more money out of Scott's wallet. We'll see how we go. All right.
I need to get rid of these coins, man.
They're weighing you down.
They're weighing me down.
Look, Scott, they do short loans, just in case it's needed, you know.
Road Rash, Voxel, Girl Tetris, Donkey Kong Land, and Good Neck and Taste too. What's we got up here? Rock Mario. Tetris 2? What the hell is Tetris 2? Was it like... What? What's Tetris 2?
Oh man, there's a lot of Tetris games.
But like,
Super Tetris.
how do you make a seat? Are the blocks round or something?
Almost blow my wad.
He's a he's a buying machine. Holy shit!
I don't get this back in where I'm from. I don't get this, so I'm lapping it up.
This is crazy.
This is great.
Lock your doors. All right, we're on to the next one. Let's go.
Woo!
Say that again?
It's a fucking nice hole.
He can't stop. He can't stop, won't stop, never stop. Never stop buying. Keep buying. Keep consuming. All right, on to the next place. I used to read these. Wow. That's crazy. What a blast from the past. Holy shit. Son, you can carry more than that. You can carry more than that. Come on now.
I can carry.
Don't leave anything in that wallet.
I'm not, that's the problem.
All right, we are back. So it's been about just under a week since Scott and I went out on our game hunt. Really, really good day out. Had a really fun time. I mean, like, even a bad day out hunting is still an awesome day out when you do it with friends, I think. And I don't get to see Scott very often in person. He lives on the other side of the country pretty much. So whenever he comes up to visit, I try and make sure we make the most of it during our time together, and we go out at least game hunting on one of those days that he's here. And that was that particular day. Really, really had it was a really fun time. Had a great time. Enjoyed ourselves immensely. Now, my pickups for the day are they're very tame, I would say. Like, I didn't find a lot of stuff to bring home with me for my collection. Scott, however, holy shit, he picked up an absolute haul, like tons and tons of stuff. He had an amazing day out hunting. But I'll show you what I found on my end of things, and then you can check his pickups, on his channel over there, and see what he managed to acquire. So first things first, we stopped in very quickly before we really got going, just into a little sort of like gaming and hobby store that we have here, where you saw like all the Gundam kits. Gundam kits are something that I'm sort of just dabbling my toes in at the moment, starting to have a really good time doing so. You can see on the shelf here, I've put together my first one up here. And I think it's something that I'm going to continue to do. I just find it very relaxing to like chuck on a bit of anime or a show of some sort, sit in the lounge room and just slowly tinker away, building a kit while I half pay attention to whatever's going on the screen. Usually a Gundam series of some sort at the moment. So I was sort of tossing up, like, you know, I would like to get another kit to build, another one to have on the shelf. And I saw this one in particular that I have not seen anywhere else at all. And that is the original Gundam, the OG from the original series in 1980, whatever it was, 83, 84, somewhere around that sort of mark. And I just thought this was so cool. It was really, really cheap. It's to scale, apparently, with all the other models that I have. They had one of these put together in the cabinet to show you what it looked like. And I just think it looks like really retro awesome. So I'm going to have that on the shelf. Even just the cover art, I thought in particular was really cool. So this is an old retro kit. This is not like the modern kits that you just sort of pop them out and they just sort of click together without any like glue or anything like that. This is an old glue and clippers set, which I've never put one of these together like those old school Gundam kits before. I've put a lot of Warhammer together, so I'm no stranger to like gluing models together. Certainly got sort of like multiple decades of that under my belt, but I'm very keen to see how this one goes together as opposed to the more modern kits. But anyway, just a really nice little retro pickup that I'd never seen before available for the Gundam sets, and yeah, I was all too happy for that price to bring it home. You can see on the side there what it looks like, very retro. Yeah, I just thought that was really cool. So that was my first pickup of the day. Then we moved on to CEX. And we spent a long time in CEX. Scott does not have a CEX where he lives. I think one has only just opened up like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where he lives. So when he got the chance, and every time he comes up, when he gets the chance, obviously we do a CEX trip, and that's kind of like a wonderland for him in there. Not a lot in CEX. I mean, there was a lot of interesting stuff in there, but nothing that I particularly was desperate to bring home with me. I did pick up a couple of titles for the Xbox 360 that I just wanted some staples for my collection that I didn't have yet for some reason. I don't know how I don't have some of these. But the first one was GTA 4. Which I actually was kind of prophetic. I mean, they had tons of these in stock, but the first time I played GTA 4 was actually largely with Scott back in the day, and we've got a lot of really cool memories. We quote the game all the time to each other. Good old Brucey gives us a laugh every time we bring him up. But I never had it on the shelf. I don't know what happened to my copy. Who knows where that disappeared to, and I had never reacquired it. So this was just a few bucks. It was there in stock, really, really nice condition. This one even has the map included, as you can see, as well as the manual. So I thought, yeah, it was high time to drop a few bucks on that while it was in stock and in such nice condition, and while Scott was there with me, and get that one on the shelf. So that was my first one. Next one is another staple. Again, one I've just been, I don't know, just for some reason, just haven't picked it up. This again was only, I think it was $3, this one, and that's Gears of War 2. I've got number 1 and number 3 on my shelf, but for whatever reason, just had never pulled the trigger or come across number 2 in my secondhand store hunts. But it was, yeah, like I said, it's $3. That's about what secondhand stores charge anyway. Really nice condition. So I thought I'll take that home with me while it's there. And you can see disc and manual, all lovely. And my last pickup, you would have seen me sort of like tossing up whether to bring home a pair of games. I had Super Street Fighter 4 as well as Street Fighter vs. Tekken. And I don't collect. I try and collect only for nostalgia as much as I can. Like I don't want to pick things up just because they're cool or just because they're rare or just because they're valuable. Usually I like to collect games because they mean something to me. Like that's what all of this is behind me, right? Like this is a photo album, essentially, like a collection of memories. So if I don't have distinct memories attached to a game, I tend to just leave it be and only focus on the stuff that I remember really fondly. However, I do have a real weakness when it comes to Street Fighter related stuff, because I love Street Fighter. I love everything about Street Fighter. Dog shit at the game, but I enjoy everything around Street Fighter, as you can see in the background here. So when I saw those two on the shelf, I was like, oh man, do I want these? Do I want these? And I think I do. I think I did. And I tried to pull the trigger of them. However, Super Street Fighter 4, sadly, had the wrong disc in it. They'd just had an ordinary Street Fighter 4 disc. I already own Street Fighter 4 on my shelf behind me there. So yeah, that was a bit of a miss, unfortunately. But I did pick up Street Fighter Cross Tekken, X Tekken versus Tekken, whatever it's called. Street Fighter X Tekken, I think, is the official title. Now, I believe there's 2 of these games. There's Street Fighter X Tekken and Tekken X Street Fighter. One done in one game's sort of like fighting style, and the other one done in the other game's fighting style and graphical style. So this is the Street Fighter, one of those 2 games. Yeah, again, very nice condition. It's nice and complete, which we like to see. always a bit of a gamble at CEX. However, my CEX, I don't know if that's the same where you live, but my CEX leaves the manuals in the cases, so you can like just pick up the empty case and open it to see whether it will have a manual or not. This one thankfully did. Yeah, probably not one I'm ever going to play or try, but just one I wanted to have in the collection. I mean, look at that cover art, dude. Like, that is fucking awesome. That's the main reason I wanted it, just for the cover art, honestly. So that one ended up coming home with me. Sadly, a miss on Super Street Fighter 4, but I'm sure that one will pop up again at some point. It's not a rare game, not hard to find, and not terribly expensive either. So I will keep an eye out for that one, and if it ever crosses my path again, then I'll know I was meant to put it on the shelf. But that was all of my pickups from CeX. As tempted as I was on that copy of Street Fighter, like Van Damme's Street Fighter on Blu-ray, if that was a bit cheaper, I can absolutely see that I would have brought that home with me as well. Probably the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely atrocious. But I've got so many good memories of watching that with Scott. We've watched it together like 2 or 3 times over the course of the last 25 years or so. And it always just gives us a giggle at just how truly horrible it is. So while it's a bad movie, I have lots of really good memories around it, and I'd like to pick it up and add it to the shelf at some point into my collection just for those memories. But yeah, the price was just a little bit steep for what it was on the day. But I'll keep my eyes peeled in case another copy wanders across my eyes at some point. The next pickup I made was at our local Vinnie's secondhand store, charity store here. Mainly DVDs in there, not a lot of games. They never have very much games, much in the way of games, but they've got hundreds and hundreds of DVDs, as you probably would have seen from the footage. Only one in there that I brought home, and it's one that Scott actually found and handed to me, and I thought, oh yes, for $1, I'll pull the trigger on that. And that is one of my absolute favorite Star Trek movies that I don't currently own, First Contact, an absolute fucking classic. So that was a nice little find that'll go on the shelf. Huge Star Trek fan. I absolutely love Star Trek. And this movie in particular is fantastic. If you're there's no way if you're a Star Trek fan that you haven't seen First Contact. If you haven't, what are you doing? Like, yeah, go and check it out. It's really good. But yeah, very, very nice little find there. Again, really nice condition. $1. So for $1, that'll go on my shelf and into my very, very small DVD collection. And my last pickup for the day was from EB Games, funnily enough. We didn't record it because we were just sort of killing time and popped our head in there while we were on our way to something else. And didn't think we'd come across anything, but I did. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I should have recorded it. But I mean, EB Games. If you've got an EB Games around you, or an electronics boutique, or a GameStop, I mean, you know what they look like. I don't need to record that for you. But they had this here in stock on like a ridiculously reduced price, like really, really, really cheap, trying to get rid of this thing. I've never seen it as a physical edition before. By all accounts, it's a terrible game, but artistically, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. So I basically picked it up as a very cheap, nice little piece of art for the collection that I'll give a go at some point just to see how it looks. And that is Asterix and Obelix, Slap Them All. This is a little sort of side-scrolling 2D brawler, Double Dragon sort of style thing, but the art in it is gorgeous. This beautiful hand-drawn art style, and I am a sucker for that sort of thing. It's not going to show up very well on the camera. Go and check out some screenshots if you want to see what it looks like, some video footage. It looks beautiful, really, really, really nice. So I'm very keen to pop this one in and give it a go. For that reason alone, just to see how it looks. It's very repetitive. It didn't review very well, sort of 5s and 6s out of 10 across the board pretty much. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of the game, but it was more just a curio to have in the collection for its artistic merit, I suppose, more than anything. Plus, like cheap physical Switch games, they're not easy to come by as it is. They're certainly not easy to come by in EB Games. So yeah, just right place, right time, I suppose. They only had this one copy in stock, and that was it. So it came home with me. And that is it for my pickups for the day. But my pickups pale in comparison to Scott's pickups for the day. He brought home an absolute load of stuff. Like, he was on fire. I think every single place we stopped in, and there was a good 7 or 8 different places that we called into over the course of the day, he brought home like a bunch of stuff, like not just 1 or 2 things, but a pile of things from everywhere that we went. So if you want to see what Scott picked up for the day, and he got some really, really good stuff, make sure you duck over to his channel where you'll be able to see his take on the day and his pickups that he brought home with him. I'll put a link in the description below for that when it comes up, and then you can go and check that one out and see what he got. But anyway, like I said, even a bad day's hunting is still a fantastic day out. Like, what else would I rather be doing with my buddy who is just as into collecting games as I am? Yeah, I had a great time. Not much in the way of pickups, but still a fantastic day out, and we had a real hoot. Otherwise, that's going to do it from me, my friends. I hope you enjoyed seeing our day out. Make sure you drop down the bottom and leave a comment if you saw anything in the footage that you think I missed, that you think I should have grabbed and was crazy not to. Leave a comment and let me know what it was. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed hanging out. Subscribe if you want to see more. But until next time, my friends, my name has been Jamie Dean, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye.